seems to have broken down to the downside and not the upside, which is interesting, but it's just touched its nose, like wicked down to this support. So it's all positive anyway, as it seems, regardless, it may be creating a higher low in its structure. But welcome everybody, my name is Kelita Sahliah. I am a real angel and mother, and of course I dabble in crypto. So over here we use astrology of the sky, so it's more like sidereal Vedic astrology, and we use that to see how it could be impacting the crypto markets. We also take a little look at what noise is happening on the world stage, and we'll see what things are connecting to it. So you can probably hear Peppa Pig in the background. This video is actually being done on Saturday and not Sunday, because it's my son's birthday party tomorrow, so there's just not going to be enough time to do it, and I'm going out tonight because it's my friend's birthday. 30 gang. But anyway, again, my son's not very well, so I'm just sat down with my children, so bear with me if you can hear Peppa Pig in the background, okay, with Daddy Pig as well. But for those who don't know anyway, we usually look into the Gematria connections of whatever is happening on the world stage. Then we'll touch on the astrological story of what's happening this cycle. So as you can see, we've got Mercury entering into Sagittarius with a Sagittarius no moon, new moon. Interesting. And then we'll touch on the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP and the DXY. Hopefully these sounds aren't too loud. So we're going to get quickly into some Gematria connections. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be a long video today. But this popped up on my Instagram and I was like, interesting. So of course, welcome anyway to Crypto Angles podcast number 41. So we're bringing the 5 energy of change happening right now. So this popped up anyway on my Instagram. So Stormsy, something going on with Stormsy. I really don't care about celebrities and their life. I'm not that interested. However, I remember doing a decode a while back and some connections. Can't remember which one. There's loads on my thread, so just check it out. And Stormzy's name came up. So when this popped up on the world stage, and many people, obviously not everyone, but still quite a handful of people, their energy has been drawn towards this story. I'm just like, oh, forgive me, I don't like people's names showing in the thing. I'm just like, what does it link to? So let's have a look. Anyway, Stormzy, we're getting a 136, so that is 910. So it's the binary code we're getting here. You can change the binary code. Let's keep that in mind anyway. So when things happens on the world stage, Gematria just shows the connection towards things. So we've got stock market 136. It shows the connection. So if it happens on the world stage, there's noise happening on the world stage. Those who know how to read it are like, okay, it connects to the stock market. This person's coming up. Let me pay attention to the stock market. That's how you can read it, because it's the relationship they have with one another. Financial reset as well. Excuse me, confirmation cough. There's no coincidences that 2024 is going to be a wild shift in energy. And that story of him has just popped up on the world stage. We're getting Stellar XLM 316. We're getting Shiba, Floki, Inu. So that's probably the two of them combined, Shiba Inu and Floki. So, you know, if you're drawn to them, I guess. Break the curse. It's time for that curse to be broken, bro. Heaven on earth is en route, I guess. Divine union. There may be a lot of divine unions coming up in 2024. So, you know, your soul tribe basically who you're connecting with, because it's time to play. It's time to play. So that's just a little quick one. It's not too long. As I says, I've got stuff to do. But when things happen on the world stage, that's something to pay attention for, basically. It's going to be noise on the world stage. It's going to be whatever story. And then if you notice that links to a number, a code, Gematria, you can be like, okay, this is something they're talking about. Alright, and then I feel that just allows you to not get too caught up in the story. Like, I have no idea what's going on with Stormzy and his wife. Is it his wife, his girlfriend? I don't know. I really don't care. Not interested. I even tried to Google just to find a picture, and I couldn't, like, my head, it was like, I need to have interest in what I'm doing, and celebrities don't interest me. So anyway, coming on to the astrological story, this calendar is in full alignment with the visible sky. Feel free to grab it here on Etsy if you'd like. There's digital, grab the digital, people, so you can easily get it, and there's physical available as well for next year. Obviously this is this one, you can grab it, but the digital is available for next year's one as well, because next year is beautiful. Look, beautiful. So when it loads, yeah, just have a grab it, you know. But anyway, the astrological story of this cycle, again, it's not going to be too long, and forgive me my voice, I'm trying to talk a bit louder than Peppa Pig. Hopefully you can hear me just as good, but I'm recovering as well, so my voice is a little bit up and down. Okay, so Mercury, why I find that this is quite important, or before we get into Mercury, we're going to speak on the moon, because this energy of the moon will come in before Mercury. So when we're in this no moon, new moon, it's when Price wants to find its resistance level. So we are here right now as I'm doing this video, so the charts are going to be showing up until 5, just after 5, when we look into the technical analysis on Saturday. However, it's coming out tomorrow. But this energy usually starts 5 days before, 5 days after. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's starting tonight. It's starting tonight. If you notice, Bitcoin went down a bit, but not as dramatic as XRP. So that it's like they went lower and they're getting ready now to find their resistance. And it can be 5 days after. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up until Tuesday. Essentially, for it to truly find its resistance and get rejected, but it could get rejected before that, so do keep that in mind. The way this energy moves, because it's in this no moon, new moon energy from now, essentially, it could move up, get rejected, and be making its way down by even the 9th. It could move quickly, could move slowly. It all depends on the technical analysis, but that essentially is what I'm seeing with this general no moon, new moon energy, that Price will be working on finding its resistance. Okay, so it depends. We'll see how high it actually goes to find its resistance. And yeah, so with the Sag energy, so keep in mind as I talk about Sagittarius, and then I'll link in Mercury because it's the same energy. Confirmation cough. So Sagittarius is known as the savior, the centurion, when it comes to astrology, because we usually have this how can I put it, let me just show you the story. We have this Scorpio death that comes along, then Ophiuchus comes in to heal and transmute that energy, and then after you've transmuted that energy, Sagittarius comes in. This is how they look similar in the sky, by the way, so look outside, look up. Sagittarius will come along to take you in a new direction. So energy wise, after that Ophiuchus transformation, which we've had a lot of, your cellular body now has the capacity to hold space for this new direction you're going into, basically. So this is why he's known as the savior. It's like, okay, I'm coming along and I'm taking you in this direction. As he's got his bow and arrow, his point, is very focused, very precise. It's the last fire sign, so it's mature in nature. So its passion moves it very in a mature way, in a focused way, a direct way. And yeah, you know where you're going. You know where you are going. So when it's so in terms of the market, I'm kind of seeing that wherever it gets topped out of, wherever it finds and meets its resistance with this no moon, new moon, it's going to be precise. It's going to be calculated. Is calculated to a way where it's like, okay, this is how the structure is being set up. That's how I'm generally seeing it, because Sagittarius is ready to take money in a new direction. And the reason people why we look into the astrology is because astrology impacts the chemical elements within our body, which then causes us to act and do certain things, hence people acting within the market. This is why we look at astrology of the sky, not mainstream astrology, because this is nature. It's happening outside, above your head, literally as I'm speaking. It's above your head and my head and our head. This is why I'm so passionate about this form of astrology, just nature basically. And then moving on to Mercury, so keep in mind this whole Sagittarius energy of we're going in this new direction, this focused direction of a mature passion, where we may have to pick up some learning about it. We may need to be learning a bit more about it, taking our time to understand it, gaining our own philosophy about it. So do keep that in mind. But Mercury represents, it's all about energy exchange. So I do go over like more of personal lives on my Thursday videos, so check that out if you'd like. But the energy exchange I like to focus on over here on the Crypto Angles podcast is money, because that's a monetary exchange. And also thought. I feel thought and communication is going to be important, because you will have a thought about how you would like to exchange your monetary money, whether that's, oh, I want to invest in this, or I want to take from here, or you're going to have thoughts and possible communication about it. But it's ultimately about energy exchange, which covers money as well. So of course, when it comes to how we are exchanging our energy, it's going in this focus, clear, precise, because imagine he's holding a bow and arrow, Sagittarius in the sky, this precise direction, because you've now got that capacity and data, because we've gone through a lot of this Ophiuchus energy to now go in that direction, to now have that conversation, to now exchange your energy and your money in that way. And in this decision of choosing to exchange your energy in that way is coming from a place of maturity, because this is the last fire sign, so you've been through all the motions, so to say, and you're now at this mature state of this is where your passion is. So that's how I'm seeing yes. So in terms of the market anyway, in terms of how we exchange our energy with the market, I'm seeing more precision, more preciseness, more mature moves, more clear moves as well. Like, yeah, I'm seeing more clear moves, and even if we may see downward momentum, ultimately we're in the energy of this is the new direction we're going in. So even if there's downward momentum, it's like, okay, it's setting up its structural, it's setting up its structure for continuation. Okay, so that's the lens I'm bringing awareness to. So keep an eye out for that lens, and do let me know if you like that. Obviously keep in mind, if you see anyone coming up on the world stage, there's a little bit about Doja Cat I do want to mention in another video, because she popped up with her Paint the Town Red. But don't get distracted with anything on the world stage at the moment. Just look into what it connects to so you know where to put your attention. Do let me know if you like the astrological story too, and we'll get into the technical analysis. So of Bitcoin, XRP and the DXY. So we'll start with XRP first, because it's on here. No, we're going to Bitcoin. SARS. We're going to Bitcoin. So because Bitcoin, it didn't move. It's like Bitcoin went up first, and then this drop down was what caused XRP to break under. So Bitcoin can really move the market. However, what I just wanted to just take a quick look at, it is going to be a quick technical analysis. I don't know if you can hear Peppa Pig seems to be getting louder and louder and louder. I don't know if you can hear it, but we're not going to be too long. So it's like just looking at the line chart anyway. Price went above oh gosh, hold on a second. Bear with me, we've had a waterfall. This water fell on the floor. Give me like a moment. I can't pause this. So, oh, I just have to leave that. I can't pause it, people. And I don't know how to edit, but I don't know how to edit. My son's not very well. I shouldn't have left the cup where I left it, and he just knocked the water on the floor, but it's fine. I'll quickly wiped it up. I'm not going to be long on this, people. Please, thank you for your patience with me, especially in my last video. I wasn't very well neither. It was super short. Thank you for your patience. If you can hear Peppa Pig and coughing in the background, I'm doing my best. Mama's doing her best, and I'm not fully well myself. But anyway, so bless him. He really wants to go Ninja Warrior tomorrow. We're meant to be going to Ninja Warrior, and I just hope he's well. Bitcoin, it wicked up to 45, so that was an interesting move to see for the most part. But it's like we're now back down in this area. But as I says, ultimately we are in this no moon, new moon energy, and price wants to find its resistance. Like, that's all it really wants to do. So just putting on my little jewelry drawings. So it did break out of this weird little triangle that I drew, and there was basically this rejection at 45. Let's put it on the candles to see. Yeah, it's just rejected at this area. So ultimately, seeing where this no moon, new moon energy comes in, will it push it up to this region to find its support, not support, resistance, confirmation, but potentially you know what, I want to look back on these and we'll see how this cycle goes into the next cycle to see where Bitcoin finds its resistance. And if it did from that confirmation, but just need to listen to our bodies a bit more, I guess. Oh gosh, my voice. But yeah, that's what I'm potentially seeing, because we have potentially already broke out of this little structure, and we got hit off this zone here, which is another like trading cluster, I believe, not too far away. It must be, because I wouldn't have drew it. Yeah, so it's this trading cluster, so it's understandable for it to be getting rejected off this area for so long, because as you can see, we held it as a little support in this corner, and then it became our resistance. Ever since, when's this? Basically, ever since December 2021. Well, yeah. Or January 2022. The beginning of January, this zone has been a resistance. So, and obviously it's not tackled it since April 2022. Fascinating. I think I just had a little light bulb moment. It's not tackled it since then. Interesting. Because regardless, anyway, as you can see, Bitcoin's just going up and up and up, and I feel getting in its proper resistance. If we go a bit higher, make this smaller, go a bit higher. Again, this next level of resistance is looking a bit more likely. It's between that 50 to, could even top out 53, but 52, 50 to 52. So it's like I'm keeping an eye from 48 to 52, and I've been saying this for a while, but this is seeming like its next region to touch and at least test to be rejected by, because of course we were here back in December when it became our resistance, and then we were here end of November when it was our support, a little bit in October as a little bit of support, and we were rejected off it. Obviously September was our resistance, and then round about going back to spring 2021 it was support and resistance as well. So this 50 to 50 maximum 53k range of Bitcoin. And I've got this little black cat thing over, you know, the fluffy hat that you put on the mic. I hope that the sound is okay. I really do do my best. So, but yeah, I'm seeing that it's most likely the new moon may pull us into this new level of resistance, or we could get capped out at this level of resistance. Like, that's also a possibility. I feel it's important to just pay attention to the wicks. I feel will show us a lot. Like, if it's just wicking, and just struggling, then it may not. But I feel this candle here has shown quite a lot of strength. Let's just zoom in. These candles, it's shown quite a lot of strength, even though we were met by a resistance, like straight back into the triangle. We were, but we had quite a bit of strength, and this maybe was just there to kind of pull down some altcoins. But you know, I did say with XRP, I'm seeing it more likely to go to the upside, but it actually broke downward. So ultimately, I feel now it's just waiting and seeing. It's waiting and seeing if it can get past this 45 wall to 47. Like, if it can really, if it starts to trade even between them, then it's more likely to go to the upside. If we're noticing we're just getting wicks after wicks after wicks and it's struggling, then that may be its top before it wants to retest back to here. Either way, whatever it does, I feel eventually it's going to make its way back to here. And look, this is kind of saying February. This is saying February. And something I learned from my mentor, Waters Above, is that 50 to 55 days before the Bitcoin halving is where you get the most, like, lowest opportunity in the markets. Like, that's the lowest time. Also, that stock to flow model, I'm not going to search it because my search history is just not the best, but well, it's not, it's just messy, it's just so messy. But there's a stock to flow model as well, and we're soon changing into that color where it could potentially be that. So 50 to 55 days before the Bitcoin halving in April 2024, it falls into February. What time in February we don't know, because we don't know the exact date of the halving, but it does fall into February. So I feel there's no coincidences that even if we were to tap out here and then hover, make our way and come down, so we top out quite early in January, because we're getting this no moon new moon pretty much at the beginning, and the energy starts tonight. So we could have a potential of a quick movement up to kind of get it done and out the way with, and then the rest of January we're kind of just hovering down. We'll see obviously what the rest of these mean cycle by cycle, but that could be it. We could be hovering down into February. So people probably getting excited, may buy at the top. They like to crush souls, gets destroyed, and then it's coming down. They're like, oh, I thought it was going up, but you know, it's really going down because it needs to finish its structural support. And then when it's down here, people are like, oh shit, that's so low, that's so low. But this is like a good opportunity, you know what I mean? Good opportunity. You get in between 31 and 34, okay? That's potentially what I'm seeing in a long term. Personally, let's just take a little look on a smaller time frame, but I'm seeing upward movement to find its proper resistance and then down again. So yes, just looking at the 4 hour, even looking at the 4 hour and the RSI, we're kind of looking we're over the 50 and we're being slightly supported by the moving average. So that's a good sign, I guess, for potential upward momentum. Quite strong wicks as well, like price is really just staying at the top here, which is showing a little sign of strength. Obviously the moving averages are there pretty much supporting it, and it's hitting its head off this triangle thing. So I guess even on like the micro confirmation burp, if we just to see where are we, 33, Just get even back to like 34k. It's probably like, okay, we're slowly moving to find its resistance. Price is just pulled towards the new moon. It's pulled to it because it just needs to, it's like it needs to know, okay, this is where I'm resisted, then I'll carry on doing what I'm doing. Like, it moves like magnets in a way. It's very weird. But we're going to double check with the DXY just to confirm. Yeah, just to confirm that anyway. And I just wanted to check the RSI and the daily. That is sloping to the downward side though. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm just not really seeing if this moves to come up to find its resistance. I just don't feel it's going to be long. That's what I'm feeling if we get that move to the upside. But it's definitely looking stronger to go to the upside. It just may be quite quick. And then it's just making its way down. Making its way down. So we're just going to move on to XRP. XRP in the hizzy. I'm sorry, it's so messy. So as you can see anyway, it come right back down to this level, which is quite nice because we had a there was a little resistance here. We got rejected and then we broke through. We came back, we retested it. It's kind of semi-wicked down to it a few times. So obviously I anticipated like upward structure. You finished, darling? Okay. Alright then. So basically the it's come back down to retest this level, which I feel is good because it's retested the last, what's it called, resistance that became a support eventually. And it's like, okay, so you're retesting this support to this may rocket off, you know. I'm not even trying to hype people up, but the way XRP likes to move, fam, the way look, pew, pew, that's the way XRP likes to move. Alright, so it's like it finished off, it's getting this extra support confirmation to confirm this is the support to potentially find its new resistance. Will this new resistance be higher than the last one? Now, we could also be in the energy though of this new resistance being here. So I'm not going to rule that out. However, I feel it's a little less likely because it's so close to the luminary moving averages. Because just look how, even though price the body is here, it wicked and just tested 48. It literally tested 48, hit its nose upon Neptune. Hit its nose upon Neptune. I'm liking that Saturn and Pluto and Mercury have crossed over Venus and Neptune, but they still need to cross over Uranus, which will be happening soon. Saturn and Uranus are going to cross. So that is just showing upward momentum anyway. And as I said, we're literally just all this mess. There's not even a line here, but there's, should I add another line? I'm sure Shari is very messy. No, it's very messy, but we add another line because that's what we do. I really wanted it to be a bit neater for this video, but I was so ill and I didn't have the time. However, next Sunday I get a little rest, so I'll clear it up by then. It won't be so messy. It's just my brain can still see it, you see. But I know for anyone coming in, I'm like, what is this? What's going on? What's going on, lad? First of his name. So anyway, this area, as you can see, even back here in the date, June 2023, we had price wick up to this zone. So I don't know, there's just no, it wicked up to it before it fell down. Let's take a deeper look. Literally, it's hovering, wicked up to this higher zone, fell down, and then was trading went down so low. I want you to pay attention to this and what's happening now. But it went down so low, and then eventually it just skyrocketed, went past this, and just went on its way. So it's like, I wouldn't say it's fully similar, or is it? Can we say 1, 1, 2? Let's hide all the mess. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Interesting. But then this has gone down, and that went up. So clearly not the same. However, I like the fact he's gone back to test that support. Confirmation cough. Because again, when it came to this time, before it went up to 80 cents, it was pretty much close to where it was trading at anyway. So there would have been little to no need for it to come back down this dramatically to retest that, if you can see what I'm seeing. Price, it was pretty much on it, and it was retesting it, making sure it came out in a triangle, and spew, it just spat itself out. Whereas here, it was in its own triangle, but it was away from where it was like the last breakout. And of course, the extra confirmation kind of just proves more extra momentum to happen. So this is why, and even as there's a wick, we could potentially get a as above, so below scenario of a higher wick to the upside. See how we've had this extra wick, but price closed at 80, but we wicked to, where are we, 93. So that could be a potential. We could see that as well. But even though it has come down to this level, I'm not seeing any downward momentum, not really. I'm seeing price back on this mess. We are back underneath this long ass trading line though, and this is since this red line that I'm touching on now, this is since 2017, it's all-time highs. So we're trading underneath that. However, we are sitting on this local support, so it would be nice really to see what it does. Could we get another leg down before coming up? Not entirely sure. I guess we will see. We'll take a look on the smaller time frame. We'll take a look at the line. Okay, on the daily, the RSI, it's not very low, but we're getting close to this level here. We're getting close to basically where we were trading here. So I don't know. If anything, this is telling me this potentially is our lowest. I know at first I was like, oh, maybe it won't go past 60, but clearly it broke past 60. And this 55 region, I feel maybe our lowest XRP potentially, to create that higher low. So it will be higher than this low. Then the RSI, we're trading a little bit lower than here. A little bit lower. So all interesting anyway. I guess I'm seeing price just needs to finish off its structure. And as I says, crypto does what crypto wants to do when crypto wants to do it. So the resistance for XRP, it could come up here. It really could. Or it could really just, you know, catapult a little bit higher. It could catapult up, bringing us to that 80 region. Yeah, depends how high it wants to just explode up or not explode, basically. Or we could get resisted here. We just have to wait and see. Like, I don't know. A lot will depend obviously on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's position seems like it wants to go up that little bit higher. It seems a bit more stronger. XRP is showing a different story right now. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, because usually if we have a dip down like this, even though this is a continual fall down, but it just takes a bit more time to structurally change. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out. Please forgive my voice. We're gonna tap onto the DXY and finish there. Oh no, the DXY. Let's do my recording now, so it's done. I wanted to just take a look on the 4-hour quickly. Okay, so on the 4-hour, it's not looking the best. We have come underneath all of the moving luminaries. So yeah, that was some wild wick down. Sometimes it likes to trade down into the wick, but we just have to wait and see. I feel if we get that strength to even get above this red trend line, then that may be a sign of strength. And it may finish off this pattern just on this level at 57, no lower than 55. So we'll keep an eye. If XRP can get to 58, which that's its token in Gematria, equals 58 XRP, so does my name. So if it can do that, then I feel that that's a good sign. But we're going to take a final look at, because family's starting to come in, the DXY, so we can get an idea on what the market may or may not be doing. So okay, I think in my last video, I think I was saying it may come up to here and then get rejected and go down, but it seems as if it's gone even higher. So the dollar done well in the last cycle. It done well. It made sense. Obviously, Bitcoin tried to go up and then went down a lot, and then XRP went down even more. My throat's getting worse, so I won't be on this for long. But it seems like we got a little rejection there. We're still kind of underneath these moving averages, but this is still above. So ultimately, I want to see how we do here, but it seems like we've already been rejected on that level anyway. So we'll check this 4-hour. Yeah, look at that clean rejection. Look at that clean rejection. So essentially, price may attempt to retest it again. It may hover, it may range, confirmation, but while it's ranging, these luminaries may cross over. Once Saturn, Pluto and Mercury, which is the purples and blue, once they cross over, Neptune, Venus and Uranus, then it's looking like more downward momentum for this project. And as I says, crypto is looking forward to finding its resistance. So this could happen, confirmation, but quite quickly. I need to stop saying that. It wasn't even a burp, it was a cough. It could happen quite quickly or quite slowly. And as it gets rejected and comes down, that's when we may see that quite quick movement in the crypto market. So it could just range a bit, get another clear rejection, and then it could be pushed down past this level to here. And that may be our move in crypto before it finds its full strength and support here, before making probably an even deeper recovery up. So that's a potential, and as it's making that deeper recovery up, that's when we're potentially seeing the let me just talk on the RSI and then I'll finish with Bitcoin. But if you can look on the RSI on the 4-hour anyway, it's looking like we're ready to come back down a little bit more. What was it on the daily? On the daily, it's a potential rejection at this level, and this is kind of where I was talking on, because we may range a little because the market's closed now, will be closed tomorrow. So once it gets that rejection off there clearly, it may come back down to fully retest this zone to make like its proper double bottom, to gain its proper support, to then make its way on up. And as it's making its way on up, possibly getting all the way back up to 105, I don't know if we'll make a higher high. So it's going to be interesting to see what it does at this level, because from here to here, this is where we could be seeing the rejection in crypto. So for example, Bitcoin going back down to 31k, filling that gap 31 to 34k, and then the DXY, the dollar, may get rejected off this area, the 105, failing to create a higher high, and then as it gets rejected back down, that's when we may start seeing the full bull run in action. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing when it comes to Bitcoin. Keep an eye out for, if we do have that move going up, just this zone here for a retest area, and I feel it's just perfect structurally because it will create a nice higher low. Yeah, lower high. Yeah, higher low. There's that low, and it will be a higher low, and I feel that that would be perfect. We're retesting this zone anyway. So yes, with that being said, do let me know your thoughts. Do let me know if you see that with crypto, Bitcoin, and the DXY. Of course, make sure you grab the calendar. Grab the calendar, and if you do want a personal birth chart reading that's in alignment with the sky, reach out to me as well. You can reach out to me on Etsy if you'd like, or email me or anything. But grab the calendar. I appreciate any and all support, and do make sure you like this video. And thank you for listening to Crypto Angles podcast number 41. So the next one will be number 42, 6, the material. And by then, the chart should be a bit cleaner, my voice should be a bit better, me and my babies shouldn't be ill, and you shouldn't be hearing Peppa Pig in the background. But with that being said, I'll see you next Sunday. Angel out. Bye.